Now, typically on this channel, I usually just review like phones, laptops, MacBooks, tablets, iPads. But when I got my hand on the ROG Ally months ago when it first came out, I said then and in my follow-up review a couple of weeks ago that by far this is my favorite piece of tech that I used all of 2023. But that being said, just because I've spent more time with the ROG Ally than the Lenovo Legion Go, right, coming out in November, doesn't mean that the ROG Ally is just flat out better in every single way, because I can say after using the Legion Go, there have been a lot of things that I've been super impressed with that Lenovo did here that I think they deserve a lot of kudos for. If you are new here, my name is Dave, I do tech reviews, and the Philadelphia Eagles make me want to rip my arms off. Let's jump right in. Now, with both of these, something you do have to consider is comfortability in the hand, and without a doubt, the Legion Go is just a larger, heavier device than the ROG Ally. That being said, I will say that in my own gaming sessions with the Legion Go, maybe it's just because I do my 5 push-ups a day, but I don't think it's necessarily heavy in a way that's cumbersome and makes me tired while playing it, but it is without a doubt heavier than the ROG Ally, and using this for gaming sessions is a bit more comfortable in the hand just because it is lighter. Okay, it is 30 degrees outside right now. That is how you guys know I love you. Just want to make the quick point that although both of these displays are 500 nits, you can see comfortably outside with both of these and play your games. Because of my ND filter, you actually can't see the Legion Go unless I rotate it, but there you can see it there. Here you can see the ROG Ally. I've been able to play games outside on one of my wooden lounge chairs, but if you're wondering about that, you can do it. I'm gonna go inside now because it is freezing. Now, one of the things that made the Ally one of my favorite pieces of tech last year was that it's not just a gaming handheld like a Switch or a PlayStation Vita, but it's actually a Windows PC, and as someone that works as a clinical therapist, it's awesome that I can actually run my work's clientele software for putting in progress notes, treatment plans, monthly summaries, and I can hook this up to an external monitor, and I have a desktop. And you can do the same exact thing here with the Lenovo Legion Go, which is really awesome because this also is just a handheld portable Windows PC. Now, with that, of course, comes the caveat that it's a Windows PC and that there are going to be some bugs, there's going to be a little hitching and lagging and stuttering, glitches and weird areas, and that's just kind of the experience you get with a desktop. Something really important to note though is that the thumbsticks on the Legion Go, I honestly find to be and feel much better than on the ROG Ally. They're just tighter, and I notice when I'm playing like FPS games or when I'm moving around on different maps or driving, they just feel better. Where say on my ROG Ally, the thumbsticks feel a little bit looser, not as tight. The additional button options here on the back. On the Legion Go, you do have 4 options, where on the Ally, you have 2. Me personally, I don't use these all the time. The one that I really do use is the M1 function when I'm playing Cyberpunk, for example. That way when I'm aiming, I can press it to toggle on the gyroscope for when I'm aiming. I'll take my shot and then press it again to turn off the gyroscope because I don't like it when I'm doing other stuff. I only really like it when I'm lining up shots. But outside of that, it's not something I use all the time. But if you're someone who is looking for that additional flexibility and accessibility, there are more options here on the Legion Go, just flat out. Looking at the stock software for both of these, you have Armory Crate over here on the ROG Ally, and you have Legion Space over here on the Lenovo Legion Go. I would say that functionally they both work primarily the same. I do think that I like Armory Crate a little bit better in that when you click on the button, you immediately get the pop-up for all of your games at one simple click, where on Legion Space, you sort of have to click into another menu to access your games. Small thing, I think that Armory Crate's a little bit better there. I will say though, sometimes it feels as though Armory Crate is perhaps a little bit heavier than Legion Space, where Legion Space, I think for the most part, is a bit of a slightly smoother experience, especially sometimes when sifting through Windows. I've had more instances where Armory Crate will sometimes chug a little bit more, where it's just a beat slower, not all the times, but it happens more often than over here on Legion Space. What's great is that both platforms are Windows, so you can download the Epic Store or GOG Space or Steam or the Xbox platform. Legion Space opens up more as like a marketplace platform where all of the different games on sales and things like that are available right there inside. Now, when looking at the command centers for both, what's great is that you can click a button and it opens up a little sidebar menu that allows you to toggle graphics settings, how much power you want to pump into the games that you're playing, your brightness, your volume settings. And it's interesting interesting because on the ROG Ally, it's more quick and accessible, and you can customize exactly what you want on that sidebar. So that way you don't have to really toggle into menus. Where on the Legion Go, there are a lot more options that are kind of like thrusting your face from that sidebar menu. It's basically an entire settings bar that opens up from the right-hand side of your screen. Some people are gonna like that. Me, I think it's slightly more cumbersome in the middle of a game, but I definitely see for some people that don't mind that and love fiddling with different options and settings in the middle of a game that would prefer that. But it's really gonna come down to preference. I think largely both are pretty even when it comes to that. A wild card in this weight debate is the fact that the Lenovo Legion Go has a kickstand that has a lot of range. Honestly, a lot of the time when I'm sitting down at, say, a table, I can just have it down, have my hands on the grips here, and it completely eliminates the entire weight factor. Also, because the screen is so large, it's pretty nice for just watching like YouTube or video or something, and in different use cases where you don't want to just use it as a gaming console, but you do want to use it as sort of like a portable desk setup, right? Where you have a mouse, a keyboard, or you just want to watch a video. So that is absolutely a +1. Now, of course, one of the main things when using these that you're going to be noticing all the time, every single time you pick it up, are the screens. When I first used the ROG Ally, I could say without a shadow of a doubt that it was fantastic, amazing. It's an LCD display, but it is very crisp, 1080p, and on this form factor, playing games looks great, especially when you add in that AMD RIS. That way you're getting additional sharpening that looks natural and crisp on this display. The 8-inch display here on the Legion Go is not only a higher resolution, and man, gaming on this is incredible. Now that being said, when I was using the ROG Ally, I never really felt like I needed a bigger display, but using it directly alongside the Legion Go, going back to the ROG Ally, I notice it personally. Now what you're not getting on the Legion Go is a VRR display, and I can say that playing on both of these, right, they have the same exact chipset. You are getting a few frames less on comparable games, right? So say like Madden 24 or Marvel Midnight Suns, Forza Horizon 5. Not enough in my personal experience to say that this far and away like the absolute worst way to play your games on the go, because what this display does, the fidelity that it gives you, I mean, it's pretty excellent, and when I go back to the Ally, I absolutely miss it. Now, although the Legion Go does have gyroscope support, I do give a nod to the ROG Ally, because on the Ally, you can actually tweak the sensitivity of your gyroscope, and you can assign it to one of the buttons on the back of the console. But here on the Legion Go, it's a little bit limited in that you can turn it on, and you can have it assigned to left stick or right stick, or just completely off. And so although that does work, you're sort of forced to have gyroscope support on at all times, as opposed to being able to press a button and then toggle it on and off like you can on the ROG Ally. Something that you're not getting on the ROG Ally that you are here is detachable sticks, kind of like what you have on the Nintendo Switch. And you have this little pad that you can put your stick into, and it basically becomes a mouse. Now, there's definitely a learning curve that comes with this, and that's something that I think is, it's a pretty neat way to play your games. I mean, especially because the screen is so large, you can set it down on the table. I don't think any camera does this screen justice. This is really something that you have to see in person for yourself, and this is honestly something that I don't personally use all the time, just because the gyroscope support for me and having it in handheld mode works perfectly. This is a pretty awesome way to do it. The way I explained it to my friends Quan Gerald is that when you're playing games on the Legion Go, it sounds like the games are happening inside of the console, and then the sound is being pushed out from inside of it. Where on the ROG Ally, when you're playing a game, you feel like you're in the game, right? I mean, when you're playing games like, say, Forza Horizon 5, you feel more immersed in the engine of the car rumbling. When you're playing games and shooting, you feel like the sound of the bullets is coming at you. The speakers are just flat out better. In terms of haptics, I would say both feel really, really good. You feel the rumbling of the car in your hand, you feel the recoil of the guns and the vibrations, and the same thing here for the Legion Go. I think it's really good. I will say that the little touchpad here on the Legion Go, when you're moving it around, you feel sort of like, you get like a little bit of vibration feedback when you're moving around the mouse pad. That's a small little thing, not everybody's gonna care, but it's there. All right, so it's time to pay the bills with some VR glasses. This was supposed to go in the iPhone 15 video, full disclosure for you guys. There were some things that happened, it didn't go in there, but they absolutely work with both the Legion Go and the Ally, and so here it is. Also, if you guys are looking for a pair of glasses that'll let you be in nature, but also watch, like, say, your Netflix, Hulu, or even work productivity things like opening your Google Docs, Google Sheets, opening the browser, then the Vitor XR glasses have you covered with a 120-inch pixel-free immersive display that through their Spacewalker app is going to let you use your iPhone 15 Pro Max or your iPhone 15 or 14 or 13 and use your phone as sort of a pointer to navigate through a multi-screen workstation. They also have a really good audio experience with built-in speakers that are low enough to not disturb anyone around you, but are clear enough that no matter what you're watching, you're going to get a good audio experience. And if you have older iPhone devices that are still using the lightning cable, Vitor also has an adapter that you can use, so that way you can still use the glasses with your older iPhones. Triple tap the button on the glasses and it's going to suspend whatever window you're looking at in the air in front of you, so you can view it here and then look over this way, talk to someone, but your, say, football game or, say, your Netflix show is still suspended in the air in 3D space. And I'll have a link in the description for you guys, so that way if you want to pick one up, you can. Oh, and if you guys are wondering, battery life wise, yeah, the Legion Go just has better battery life. Depending on the game that you're playing, I've been able to get anywhere between like 30, sometimes around 40 extra minutes worth of screen on time, battery life playing a game. Not much else to say there, it's just better. On a given day, sometimes this might play, for example, Madden a little bit smoother than on the Ally, and then the next day the Ally is gonna play Madden a little bit smoother, or this might play, say, Cyberpunk smoother and Midnight Sun smoother for a few days, and then this ends up playing smoother for a couple of days. So you're getting sort of that slightly hit and miss experience. Nothing game breaking though, nothing that makes me go, oh my God, this is unplayable. But on a day-to-day basis, you're gonna get some of that Windows PC charm on both. And that's something that if you're familiar with Windows PCs, you kind of expect going into it. That being said, pretty much everything that I've experienced on both of these was easily fixable with a quick restart. And so again, I emphasize that this is not a video bashing one and saying that you need to absolutely go with one of these over the other, but rather it's great that we have more competition in this space. And so basically, no matter which way you go, you're getting a really nice handheld experience. Now, for my money, I do find that on a day-to-day basis, I really like the Legion Go a lot, right? It's not quite as light in the hand. You're not getting the VRR display, and because the resolution is higher, the screen is bigger, you're getting a couple of fewer frames, depending on the game that you are playing. But for me personally, that's not really like a huge deal. It's gonna be a big deal to some people. But I might give a slight nod to the Legion Go. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, the ROG Ally has done a lot right, and there's still a huge reason why it was my favorite piece of tech all of 2023, but the Legion Go gets a lot right as well. But if you want a stronger external GPU, I mean, the 3080, the 4090 that you're getting on the ROG Ally, there isn't something quite as powerful that you can hook up to your Legion Go. And for some people, that's gonna be a difference maker, especially if they're looking to make it not only a portable gaming handheld setup, but also a desktop setup. Thank you guys so much again for stopping by and hanging out. I wish you a fantastic remainder of your day, afternoon, or night, depending on the time it is you are watching this. And as always, peace, love, and adios. Bye.